Hey, Marantha.
How are you, David
Beyond,
Starr?
be,
Superstar.
beyond the stars. You are beyond the
Beyond the
David
stars.
stars.
Beyond the David stars. So I've shared out. I'm just waiting people to get notified. Sometimes it takes a little while, so we can talk amongst ourselves. I've
Okay.
set everything public just in case. So how are you? Thank you for
Well,
coming.
let's just talk about all the good stuff right off the bat. So if they're late to join, then they miss everything. Just kidding.
Well, that serves them right for being lazy and late.
I know.
Meek's always on time, no matter what. So
The
thank you for
intuitive
coming.
guides should be directing them to the broadcast right at this exact time.
Send some screams. Come on through. I'll give him a free bus ride. Let's go. Let's go. So I got a few messages from a few people that'll be in for the replay because the people are working. I've got a few things to do. So they asked if it's available. I said, yes, we are available after. So, all right, my friend. So this is, for
Fantastic.
those that don't know, Marantha Rock, David Starr. We are talking today about UFO and terrestrial, galactic, spiritual, and unusual experiences. For those that don't understand, it's about anyone who's had any sightings, any visitations, people that have had galactic visitations, people that channel, meditation, OBE, near-death experience, etc. So it's just an opportunity for us to make it known to the world that this is actually real and this truly does happen. This is not something that we make up in our minds, I can assure you. And most people that I know in my life and have spoken to casually, hey girl, have had some sort of galactic or UFO experience of some sort. So I thought, get hold of David Starr, and if there's anybody that could go down the rabbit hole, it'd be him. Not too deep, brother. We don't want to frighten people. No, I'm just kidding. And I thought, well, if I could get him in as a channel, I think there's many topics and many things that he could explain to everybody about how this works, how it happens, how it's real, and perhaps some idea of what you've experienced and what you've gone through in your life that has got you to where you are today. So if you'd like to give us an idea of who you are, what you do first, why you're here. No, I'm kidding. Just a rundown on a little bit of, especially when did you first actually realise that this is who you are and what you do? Like, when did you realise that you were awake to all this sort of stuff?
17 was the big
17.
one. Yeah, I had
Okay.
my first ET encounter at 17. I had my first angelic encounter at like an archangelic being in my room at around
Wow.
19, I think it was, maybe 20.
Okay. Yep.
I had different things happen to me, like where I shot out of my body and all of a sudden I was on a ship. Like, it's different than astral projection. It's literally like my whole body went electric, basically,
Okay.
and
Yep.
I like gone, and
Yep.
I wake and and I appear on the ship, and
And did you
uh,
feel it like a humming and a mass amount of electricity in your body? Was that
it
what it felt
was
like? Or
like there's
yeah.
this way to boost your energy when you put your finger and thumb like this, and I was just doing it every day for about a week for
Yep.
like 12 hours a day. And then I got to this point like where the energy field would grow over my hands, and then eventually it went over my waist, and then it was like my energy was getting ready to launch. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was just like, oh, this is so cool. My like this field,
Okay.
what is this electric field happening? And then by the
Yep.
time it cocooned my entire body, bam, shot right out
Gone.
of my body on a ship.
So do you think it was like an OBE experience, or do
It's
you think it
definitely
was
it's
something more
definitely
than that? Definitely an
no,
OBE. Because
it's
yeah,
definitely out
because
of
it's
body
kind of
experience.
physical, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But like when I appeared on the ship, first I was invisible, and they had me strapped in like almost like a medical hospital bed,
Oh, okay.
and then
Yep.
and I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, I can't see myself, right? I was freaking out. I was like, I can't see
Okay.
myself, right? And then all of a
Oh,
sudden,
so you had no form at all, like you just didn't even see fingers,
well,
nothing
no,
in
but
front of you,
then after I
just
said
clear.
that, I appeared
Okay.
and I saw
Ah,
myself.
okay.
So
Yeah, right.
there was this adjustment time. It was so weird.
Wow.
Yeah,
And do you have an idea who that might have been? Because
it was a
everyone has an
Palladian.
idea
It
what they see.
was
Definitely
definitely,
Palladians?
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
long white hair.
Wow.
Um,
Yep.
I went to like the actual like if you want to, it's an area on the ship. It
Yep.
had a different like it was definitely like a higher vibrational plating because it had to have been an energetic ship, or maybe it wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
know, but it had
Yeah.
ways like these different portals in the ship to exit. Because I took one of them and then
Okay.
my body and snapped out of
Wow.
it. Before that happened, we had this conversation, and he was showing me like a world map of the Earth, and it had probably about uh, 10,000 people's names on it, or maybe it was more,
Wow.
like first and last names and exactly where they lived, where they were, and these are all the people that I'm going to be meeting, and
Crikey.
it's like worldwide thing. I
That's
still
incredible. Yeah.
know exactly what that was about, but it was about my
Yep.
life mission and my
Yep.
divine purpose. I knew that much.
Yep.
And so I think the ship intercepted me because I didn't intend to go onto the ship. I was just having
No.
an experiment with my boosting my energy, and then next thing you
Yep.
know, I shoot out of my body on a ship. So that was my first experience on a ship with my coming out of my body. I've had like the Earth Alliance before, who are like some people would call them the Federation, if you will, but I call them
Yeah.
the Earth Alliance because it's like the groups of all of the ships that are working together for the ascension of Earth, and I've had them take me on their ships
Mm.
in sleep, and like where
Yep.
I'm where they're showing me things, and they're showing me and where I'm in like orbit basically, and there's tons
Mm-hmm.
of other ships, and they're working on the energies of the planet and that kind of
Wow.
stuff. So that's kind of cool.
And
Uh,
like, so before that though, did you have any idea of what this sort of thing was? Like before that age, when this actually happened, were you aware of UFOs, galactics, unusual things like that? Did you have a passion for it, or
no,
did
it
it just
wasn't like
start
that at
coming in?
all. It just like I started becoming aware of my energy, and I started shooting it out of my hands and then into the heavens, but really higher
Yep.
frequencies. My intention was to shoot my energy into the heavens to get connect with angels. Like I always felt close to angels
Yep.
for some
Yep.
reason once I
Yeah.
discovered my energy. And so that's when it happened. So once I discovered my energy, that's when things started happening. And then it was literally within 1 week of that I had this
Yep.
holographic being show up, and it started
Wow.
giving me like a whole history lesson how the Earth's history was
Yep.
changed by the they the these they showed me the secret societies,
Yep.
all of them, like I saw all of them,
Wow.
all of these heads of all of these different governments and secret societies. They literally showed me pictures of all of them and how they're enslaving the human race,
Mm-hmm.
and and dark ETs and what they're doing, and they're warning
Mm-hmm.
me of some things. And
Yep.
so my first encounter of an ET, unfortunately, was a dark ET that I had to wake up and confront before
Yeah.
something bad happened. And so I was
Wow.
tipped off by the holographic being that it was coming that
Mm-hmm.
night. So I knew the cue, when to wake
Yep.
up, what to do, scared it off, and that was
Yep.
it. So, but I've had mostly amazing positive experiences. Um,
Yeah. Same.
but it
Mm.
made me never trust the little grays. And so like
No.
that's
No.
but there's amazing extraterrestrials. I've had like actual ship in my backyard. I've had a mothership, smaller
Wow.
ships just right in the
Yep.
backyard. And unexpectedly, like it sort of happened. It's always unexpectedly. Like I'm never planning on going to a ship. It's never
No. No.
um, but there's certainly a lot of times where I'll go
Mm-hmm.
outside and I'll look at the stars, and I'll just like wonder.
Yep.
And all of a sudden I'll see a ship just like shoot across, not a shooting star, an
Yep.
actual ship. Like,
No, an actual ship. Yeah.
yeah. So like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
happens. I see a lot. Like if I'm looking for UFOs, they'll let me know they're there. Like, hey, yeah,
Yeah.
obviously
Exactly.
we're here and stuff. And it's so
Yep.
silly that I keep doing it, but I just have this like asphyxiation with the stars and ships and
Yeah, same. Yeah,
you know.
same. I'm always going outside. I go shopping in the car and I'm like, I'm looking, like I'm drawn. I'm usually drawn, or I get a. That's why I asked about what did you feel? Either that, or I get a electricity feeling run through my body, or they'll just yell at me. They pretty much yell, like, "I'm over here," So I hear them.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's why I
yeah.
wondered what did you feel? Because I know a lot of people have
Well,
asked
I
me, "Oh,
mean, it's
what
so
did you
weird,
feel?"
right? Like
So
I've had ETs come into my house before,
yeah, you
not
have. That's right.
not invited, and like come up and
Yep.
like touch my third eye, and just
Wow.
like activations, and then um, I've had one of the weird ones, and this ET probably to this day is like, I'm never visiting you ever again in any lifetime
That's what I say to my lot. Yeah, sure, you want
be-
to come here to Australia?
because
You know?
and it
Uh,
was a Neptunian, and so it came to my
Neptunian. No, I don't
house.
know that.
It came to my house one time, and it was the weirdest looking extraterrestrial ever.
True.
And
What did it
like
look like?
it
Like, how
was
weird?
like
Like,
scary.
out of
Like
this world? Oh, okay.
um, it's like not like it didn't scare me, but like I shouldn't say scary, but really
Oh,
weird looking head, old kind of like a huge, different, like way off
yeah,
Star Trek, way off Klingon,
true.
like just
Goodness.
different, just a totally different, uh, like a typical like we're not going to date this species ever kind of face, right?
Okay,
And
right.
they're
Okay.
probably thinking the
Yeah.
same thing about me,
I'm just
right? Like,
not that
my
into
God,
you. Yeah,
that is the
exactly.
ugliest human I've ever seen.
Oh, true.
Just so it's like, but
Fair enough.
it's like,
I don't blame 'em.
but
Yeah.
other
Oh,
than
wow.
that, I haven't had
Yeah.
any kind of like the Orions I've had come into my house before. They have a lot bigger heads too, but
Yeah,
they
do they?
look
Yeah.
like more normal. Oh yeah, they're huge. They're
Okay.
like grays, but
Okay.
way bigger. Like they're actually like
Oh, okay.
got to be at least 8, 9 feet. Like they're big.
Oh, wow.
Those
Okay. Yeah, I
Orions.
don't think
Yeah,
I've ever seen that. Oh,
yeah,
goodness.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I know the Palladians like to walk in through walls. Is that what happened when they come and got you? Do they walk through the walls? Because they're very
They
dramatic.
they come in like
Yeah.
I don't know how they do this for me though, but like they come in light shifts. So some kind
Yeah.
of way like they holographically
Yeah, they're always holographic
represent
form. Mm,
yeah, their form.
mm.
And
Yeah,
so when I could see the light with my two eyes, and it's always like it's beautiful, and then when I tune in
it is
I
beautiful.
can actually see the Palladians, on the ship,
Yeah.
and have conversations with
Wow.
them, and stuff like that when that happens. But it doesn't happen all the time. It's only happened a handful of times, like
Oh, okay.
like
Yep.
maybe 2 times where I've had Palladian ships come. I've had Syrian
Yeah.
ships come in one time, and that was to join a
Yeah.
mission. And man, did it look
Wow.
cool! Those ships look
Yeah,
so
true.
cool.
Are
And
they? Yeah. What do they look
oh,
like?
well, the one that
Tell us.
came
Yeah.
through my house was like this solar ship almost. It was like this orange ship, and it just like it's busting through a dimension, comes into my house, and these little Syrians are on board. Like they're not, so it's obviously a
Wow.
holographic representation. Probably
Yeah,
their
it has
ship
to
is
be.
much bigger, like,
Oh,
but
it'd be huge.
it's
Yeah.
above, right? And
Yep.
so when I tune into them, then I can see them with the third eye.
Yep.
But this I see the ship with my two eyes, and it's the most beautiful
Wow.
ship I've ever
Oh, there
seen.
you
It's
go.
like this
Gosh.
beautiful orange and fiery, like light ambers, mixed orange and yellows, and all in this
Oh, wow.
glowy kind of like ambiance. And then it's like and it was like, wow, like you never see that
Yeah.
ever, right? And then
No, no. No, I've never seen that.
so it's like it was a treat, and they were excited actually to join one of mine and Phil's missions. And the
True.
missions that they were excited to bring was there was an underground base in Nevada. And I think it's probably Area 51, but
Yep.
they brought us there, and we deconstructed this. It was a frequency machine. It was massive, the size of a rocket. And so like
Uh-huh.
the Earth Alliance, as I call them, are looking for Earth ambassadors to do light missions with. So when somebody from
Mm.
Earth wants to do a mission to liberate the planet, they're all
Yep.
for it. But they can't
Yeah,
just
that's
do it
right.
without our permission, because that's free will.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So when I didn't even invite them. They just
No.
knew, and because I have
Yep.
A Syrian connection, right? Like I'm
Yeah, that's
one of my
right. You do.
bigger star seed signs is Syrian. And then
Mhm.
so they just flew in a dimension. They appeared, and I tuned in, and they're like, "Hey, we want to join this mission." And I'm like, "Okay,
Wow.
great." So literally, I connected with them above my house. They start
Yep.
flying, and I'm just with them consciously, and I'm watching, and we're clearly flying in Nevada, and I'm just explaining, it's
Amazing.
like watching a video screen on a starship or whatever, and then we're
Yeah, that's
flying
right.
in through the base and
Yep.
dismantling this frequency machine. So it's the starships doing it. It's my
Yeah.
intention and Phil's intention to
Mm.
assist the planet and everybody who's watching to stop
Mm.
this man-made device that is trying to lower the frequency of the planet. and
Yeah,
and
that's
so
right.
we did do that, and then the Syrian ship then flew us consciously through to China, and they had these huge black buildings everywhere, these like massive
Wow.
black buildings, and they're like huge labs, and they had a self-aware artificial intelligence. It was really crazy. And then they were
Yep.
working with bioengineering weapons, different kinds of like virus things and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
so we took all of their weapons, like their bio
Yep.
weapons, and we just with the fleets, and we just took them all out. So we ruined their research, their science, and we just destroyed
Yep.
that. Took the stuff
Yep.
so they couldn't like create some kind of bio attack, and then
Goodness.
and so that was like that's kind of a cool part, honestly. Like
Yeah,
um,
mission work is exciting. I've got to say, like it's right out of the box completely.
Yeah, well, we did
Yeah,
that
you can't deny
amazing
that.
mission in Antarctica there,
Mm.
and when you
Yes,
work with
that's
the
right.
fleets and the consciousness, like
Mhm.
we're here to liberate the planet, and
Yeah,
everybody's
that's right.
working, but the has to come the humans. This is why, like,
Mm.
all of us are coming and we're being born. Like many of us have like Syrian, Palladian,
Yep.
Octurian, Lyran, and all these different
Mm.
and we were here in the beginning and creating
Yep. We
crystalline
were.
networks and structures and
Yep.
these different things. But we had to come back and be born into human form because the ascension of consciousness and the
Yep.
frequency has to come from the human consciousness
Okay.
itself,
Is that to do
right?
with our DNA? It's a lineage of some sort, or what is that?
It's like, in a way, we tried to assist humanity back in the
Mhm.
Atlantean times and everything, and they just
Yep.
would not get it. And so we're
Mm,
like,
okay.
so then we have to take the form to do the work to ascend the consciousness of humanity
Physically.
and the
Yep.
collective. It's like, okay, so basically like the big guns that are
Yep.
coming to shift the planet's consciousness. But when we come in human form, then we take
Very
on
true.
the human consciousness and the human
Yep.
collective consciousness. And so then we do the
Right.
healing within ourselves, which heals the
Yes.
collective, and then the
Yep.
collective, which heals the self, shift the frequency, shift the planet, and then ascend the planet's consciousness. And so that's
Brilliant.
why we're all together and doing this and stuff like that, and
Okay.
likely why we're here on the show and talking about ET experiences.
Well, how else do we get it out there? You got to bring in something, and people love ETs and UFOs, so why not? Oh my God, I
Yeah.
can't believe how big it is worldwide. Like I'm noticing the shift where everyone's interest is just peaking everywhere. So, and my team said it's time to put the all out there so people get to experience and hear many different aspects of what this is about. So, yeah, here we are. So, yeah, why not?
Well,
So yeah, you
it's
don't know much at all,
amazing.
do you? Really? Like I wouldn't say. What's even no most asking questions, is it? No, you don't. What do I bring you on for? No,
I don't
it's
know,
like
I'm so
limited
boring,
thinking, isn't it?
so
Yeah, I tell you
boring.
what.
Just bring on the next guest already.
Wow, God Almighty. Okay. Um. So, is there anything you'd like to share in a way a little bit deeper of things that you've seen that people may not be aware of right now that's going on, and in a positive way? Um, that could help other people to open up to the idea of being a part of all this, so that would, because a lot of people want to know more, and we're here to awaken their desire to want to know more, of course, but they're a little bit unsure of how to go about that and how to enter into this sort of thing. They're a bit afraid, actually, because they don't fully understand what it means to be on mission, to be awake, to be healing. They really don't know where to start. So, is there any advice you could give them after what you've gone through and what you've experienced yourself? You could offer?
It's it's so ranging because there's so many amazing souls, and everybody's kind of on this fast track right now. And
Mm,
so like if people are new to awakening, they're being guided to get down to business, and there's no time to waste. So it's
Mm.
like, find healers that you resonate with. If you don't know how to heal yourself, book
Yeah.
sessions. I mean, what back even in 2019, I think between 2019 and 2020, I went so crazy. It was like I had the second awakening almost, and I was
Yeah.
like, I heard the call of God, and it was like, now is the time, David, and like you have to find the star seeds and and
Mm.
and start working. And then I had this crazy um, this crazy addiction to buying crystals. Like, that whole for a whole year, I filled my entire house with crystals, and I
Okay.
think I probably spent like about $12,000 on
Yeah.
healers. Now,
Okay. Yeah.
I was getting fast tracked for a reason,
Mm.
and I knew, but my friend asked me, he goes, "Why do you spend all of this money on healers?" And I told him, I'm like, "Well, the way I look at it, honestly, is you're saving up your money for wealth accumulation and for assets, and one day you're going to die, and you can't bring those assets with you. The soul is the only thing you can bring with you. So, in my opinion, it's the best investment. And that's why I'm spending all my money, because I feel
Mhm.
this is the right thing to do for my
Yeah.
soul. And
Yeah.
my heart feels the same way. And so what I
Mm.
did was I started like joining different groups and watching other healers and seeing
Yeah.
who I was guided to. And then if I resonated with them, I started booking sessions and
Mhm.
that kind of thing. So I would recommend that. I mean, I would
Yeah.
recommend knowing about the inner work, which is your shadow side, which is all the things that keep you being unhappy and in patterns of self-sabotaging and self-abuse and negative thoughts and all these
Mm.
different things, depression, anxiety. The
Mm.
inner work helps you transmute all of that and release it, and it's like dark clouds of density that come out of your energy. So I would start like researching shadow work, how to do it, but not overdoing it, because you just want to do a couple, 1 to 2 shadow work sessions, which might be half an hour a week. Otherwise, you could fall into a depression, because it's
Mm.
like the dark side of yourself, basically, and coming to terms that you've been a bad guy in past lives, whether it's a bank robber, a thief, a murderer. Uh, Pretty much everybody, unless this is their first incarnation on Earth, whoever's been in the
Mhm.
cycles has played the parts of John Wayne and Billy the Kid and just been a bad guy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's some people might say, well, that they're heroes and everything like that. But when you start healing this within yourself, you don't see it that way, because especially
No.
if you can tune in and see, you see the people's lives, the families and everybody
Mm.
who had to suffer from losing people that they loved. And you have to heal that within yourself. And then when you do heal that within yourself, your energy changes and you shift into a higher vibration. And it's a long process, but like, um for those who like are like, well, how the heck am I going to go into all these past lives and this and that, the easiest way to do is to start in this life and start going back to the traumas in like the way that your parents treated you or your siblings. And how I did it, and the biggest breakthroughs I had in the beginning when I was first learning was like, I went through first the relationship with my mother, because we had a lot of
Mhm.
turmoil, and I just forgave her. I visualized all of the fights that we had. I just played them all from as far as I can remember when I was like very, very young to my current age, of just forgiving her, forgiving myself, seeing myself hug her, and just coming into peace, and then sending in love and healing my heart. Um, from myself now to my
Yeah.
child, and just healing the hearts, and everybody just coming together and healing it and feeling it. And as soon as I did that, like, the relationship with my mom changed. We never fought again, basically. And it was from fighting, like, because very, it was just like that. It was just like, that was the relationship, growing up, being yelled at, ordered around, and then I would retaliate. And then, so I developed this unhealthy cycle. But when I
Yeah.
healed it, then I didn't have that within me to, like,
Yeah, that's right.
so then it's healed. And then
Yeah.
so you have these huge peace moments and these big energies, and then when you heal yourself, the people around you also change. It's just the way it works. And you evolve into this higher version of yourself. Your frequency raises, and when you heal yourself, it also helps the collective heal. And you raise your vibration, which is why we are here, basically. So it's like, because when you raise your vibration, then that opens up the door for your galactic aspects, your angelic aspects. And when I say that, let's just call them guides, your angelic guides, your galactic guides, to come in and to help upgrade your chakras in the evenings and when you're going to sleep. And that's a lot of contact that a lot of people have had over these years, is getting
Yeah.
chakra upgrades from their teams of light. And so
Yeah.
this is like a really special time. And so I won't talk about it anymore, because but this is the most important thing to do, because then you shift consciously from the lower vibrations and, like, the pity, the fear, the hate, the anger, the
Yeah.
rage, into self love, happiness, peace, joy. So it's really a no brainer to spend time in doing this inner work. And it's the
Mm.
greatest
Yeah,
reward
I've heard of
because
that.
it's
Yes,
permanent, it stays with
it
you.
is.
And yeah.
It does. Yeah, your recovery times, I'm proof. For those who don't know, I'm in David Starr's courses and training, but I'm proof of the how long it's no longer taking me to release or heal something after that aspect or going through that sort of stuff. So if anything is difficult or emotional or something going on in your life around you, that process of healing is faster because now I've created a space of peace and love to return back to. So I can vouch that that's exactly what happens by what I'm going through, even through the really hard times. If there's a really hard moment, that returning back to self, and the self, now that I've been healing and clearing and cleaning and created a platform of peace, she now can return to that so that I heal faster or I let go faster, and my peace returns quicker and things like that, not as fear based
Yeah.
when I return home and things like that. So yeah,
That's so
it is
wonderful.
does really happen. Yeah, it is. It's a
Yes,
big
it's
deal. It
amazing.
is a big. It is. It is.
Yeah.
If you look back, like even 10 years ago, you can't believe that you're that person today. That change has actually happened from where you've come from. So yeah, there's nothing like it. I can vouch for that. That
It's
happiness.
it's just
Yeah.
absolutely the best in the world, because,
Yeah.
like, you permanently change and it's
You do.
everlasting. Like, it's not like,
Yeah.
I remember my entire life, and if I would have, like, tough days or a bad breakup
Mm.
or a fight or
Yeah.
some kind of thing that would happen, it would throw me
Yeah.
off for a day, a week, a month, sometimes, like, really
Oh,
bad
for
situations,
ages.
many
Yeah. Yeah. For
months.
sure. Yep.
Now I can
Yep.
turn around, like, within
Yeah.
a day, an hour,
Yeah.
a few
Yeah.
minutes.
Exactly.
Like, it's
Exactly.
so quick,
Yep.
and which is very helpful,
It
you
is
know.
very helpful. It's a
Mhm.
beautiful feeling to know that you can return to something that you've created. Like it's a very safe and a beautiful feeling. And I found too, as you're saying, I agree with what you said about then you have more connection to your teams, because the stronger I get and the more peaceful and joyful I am, the more I can feel their joy. So that connection between us is thinner. So the like the veil thins a
Yeah.
little. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
people
It's
need to
amazing.
understand, like, the majority, and I wanna say at least 80% of the galactics, that are out there, probably 90,
Yeah.
are very much in, like, a 5D or higher frequency, which is a
Mm.
love frequency, an unconditional
Yeah.
frequency. And
Yeah.
the 100% of the ones that are going to be upgrading your chakras
Yeah.
are in unconditional love, purity, uncorrupted energy. And so
Absolutely.
uncorrupted energy is energy that has not density within it. It has not the desire to hurt, or it has not the desire for anything. It only intends to assist the light, and
Yeah.
is completely pure. And so this pure energy is also extremely aware of what
Mhm.
you are going through. And when you are raising your vibration, that opens up love. So it opens
Yeah.
up like a connection for them to send in energies and
Yeah.
purity and connect with you and assist you easier.
That's right.
Because it's like, especially angels, they literally
Mhm.
fly down the love frequency. And people also need to understand that it's not like galactics are not limited to being a physical being. And so the majority of them are actually energetic
Mhm.
80, 70, 90
Yep.
energetic beings that are also completely pure, flying in the love
Mhm.
frequency. So like they can be this small, they could look like a diamond and be flying through your
That's right.
frequency and
Yep.
upgrading you and stuff like that. So when you start looking at it's more of a magical universe with all of these multidimensional beings that want to assist you and your
Mm.
energy. When you do this work, it opens up the doors to get that help. And so there's
Yeah. Sure.
that's special. I love that.
It is.
Like
It is.
I never really for sure knew that fairies existed until I started seeing them, and
Yeah.
and
Right.
never knew for sure an angel existed until
Yeah.
I felt and then seen the angels flying. And so it's like
Yep.
it's in my room. And so it's like I never knew light beings existed. And then one day I had light beings the size of 9 feet tall come
Mm.
and beam into my house.
Yep.
And
Yep.
before I was just channeling them. And then all of a sudden, encounter. And
Yeah.
then it's like it takes
It's nothing like it.
what's so cool
Yeah.
about it is it takes like all of these things that you channel and connect to energetically, they're real right in front of you now. So that just
Um,
eliminates any doubt.
yeah. It
Right,
does. It does
right?
help.
It's
Mm.
just it means all of this is true
Yeah.
that we
It
are
is.
going through and that we're
It is.
channeling, that we're connecting to. These
Yeah.
experiences are real.
It absolutely is because, well, I'm the sort of person who is always searching the truth and reality. So if I'm experiencing it, I haven't gone looking and it's in front of me. I know I haven't made that up. That is definitely happening. I'm that person. So if they're coming and they're real. That's just who I am. I'm built that way. So I know that it's if it's there, it's true because I'm pretty much gonna make out want to allow myself to create something that's not real or not true or yeah, it's just my personality. I'm always looking for the truth, and to know that it's really is there. So I think that's probably why they do that because they know that I need to see them and I need to know that they're really there and it's real. So that's just who I am.
Yeah,
Because I've seen a lot of people make the mistakes, some of that stuff, that it's not actually what they think. So I do chase truth. That's just my thing. Hence why I'm doing this. This is me chasing the truth. This is me bringing people forward to help awaken other people and heal other people to let them know that this is real. This is actually real. So it's a big deal. Right. Oh,
right.
all right, brother. Well,
Yeah.
how about Smarty Bum? How about you show us your wares? Would you like to channel something? I'll leave it up to you what you'd like to do, whether you want to deliver a message for humanity or you just your team, whatever, whoever comes in would like to share something. I'd like people to see what you do, how you do it, and I want them to see that this is real. And I think you're the perfect person with the abilities you have. You're probably one of the most awoke or awake people and channels that I'm aware of. Their ability is so vast and so incredible. So let's show the world that this is true, shall we? If you'd like to dig deep and
No,
go hard, I
no,
don't care
no
what you do.
pressure. Hey,
No
just kidding.
pressure.
I'm just kidding.
No,
I don't
second
have
nature
any
to him. He won't
pressure.
even feel pressure. No,
I'm
no.
kidding.
He's
I'm
so
kidding.
good at it. It'll just be
Uh,
like, bing, off he goes.
I honestly
Um,
don't know what will happen, but I'll connect with the
no,
teams and
no.
I'll see
Let's
who wants to
just
come through.
see what happens. It'll be a
Yeah.
beautiful thing.
And so
Okay,
just to
dokie.
explain, like what I do basically is I create like a sacred space, right? And in this
Yep.
sacred space, I call it running energy. So like
Okay.
when you start connecting with source and source light, you can bring it down. And then so
Yep.
when you bring it down, like in portals of streams of light, I call it running energy. So I run
Yeah.
energy and like golden light around myself and everybody who's watching. And then I
Yep.
run golden light through inside of the sacred space to cleanse and
Yep.
clear, because channeling to me is about being in the most purest energy, and without any kind of interference. So then when I
Mm.
connect to my guide teams, I'm connecting to the purest light and bringing forth the messages from
That's right.
galactics and different things, breaking through the barriers of interference. And so like
Yes.
even when I'm working with clients in one-on-ones, I'm creating that
Mm.
channel energy. It's this pure light infusing. So as you're watching it, you're
Mm-hmm.
likely going to feel this tremendous amount of frequency coming through. And that's just me running energy, keeping the channel completely clear and pure while I'm
Okay.
channeling. Okay.
Yep. Yep. That'll be good for people to experience that, so they know what to do as well.
Yeah. So that was great. The golden light around us and then through us. All right, so now I'm going to connect to the light. So I'm drawing in intentionally light from my higher self to connect my pillar of light. That's a whole other thing altogether. Then I like to call in my teams, higher self, oversoul group vibrations of love and trust that want to assist everybody here watching. I like to assist to the highest good for divine messages, galactic councils, or whomever wants to come through with a message. We are of the alliance. We are of the alliance. We are of the lineage of masters. We are the lineage of galactics. We are of the Palladian Council, the Lyran Council. Come, channel us as one. Come channel us. So just so everybody knows what I'm seeing right now, massive white light. There's about 20 different beings. Some of them look human-like, Palladian-like, Lyran-like, Arcturian. So it's clearly it's a galactic council. And so I'm going into the middle of it right now. And then I'm going to be asking for one of the council members to come forward to channel, because I'm not going to channel 20 people. It's Eltar. She's of the Palladian Council. She is of the Galactic Fleets. Union energies. Suppressed emotional states are very difficult to carry around in the emotions universe. These are energies that are preventing people from their destiny of happiness because they are afraid to fail. They are insecure of their looks, how they're going to present themselves, negative self image. These are energies that we want to help release for you, to release for all. Palladian Council is coming down energetically, coming down with beams of light, source consciousness, to go through your eternities of time, to bring the energy signatures to release the negative self images and the emotional universe and the emotional bodies of all who are watching. Yes, David. Yes, David. Come connect deeper with my heart, deeper with my heart energy. Come connect deeper within the council of light. Come connect within the infinity, the infinities of everybody. The reason we have brought you here is to source activate the souls who are watching in their galactic origins. We have the Galactic Council here to bring in DNA awakenings while we are releasing lower emotional traumatic responses to your self image. We want you to see yourself as a prize. We want you to see yourself as a treasure, something that is of value, something that is embraced, appreciated, honored, and respected. And so, in order for this to occur, we need to release the opposites. And this is what David is connecting to now, your infinity matrix. And he is opening up your Akashic records, and he's bringing in clearing and releasing into your emotional traumas where you feel that you're not enough, that you are not worthy, that you are insecure. And this is generated in a lot of trauma from others' opinions, others' abusive behavior. So there's a forgiveness field going through to forgive those who are condescending towards you, who are abusively in their language towards you and hurting your feelings throughout your childhood, adulthood, and then to this current now moment. So we're releasing and we're healing the trauma. Now we're bringing in an infinity field of healing that is like a rainbow swirl of angelic healing coming through to heal the heart, to heal within the root, to heal the energies out, to release them out. And all of these times where you have been in sadness are being released out, and it is being healed, and it is healing greater, and it is going through every strand of light of everybody who are watching, healing us throughout all that you have existed this lifetime, past lifetimes, to let go of thinking of yourself lower. We want you to think of yourself as a prize. We want you to think of yourself as a treasure, something that is appreciated, something that is respected and honored. Allow these energies of the ones that you respect and honor, respecting and honoring you back. And allow those who do not respect and honor you back to fall away from your fields of light. For you have forgiven them and you have released them, and you are clearing the karmic wounds and the cords between you and them forever. Rising up into your heart, the way you want you to see the happiest version of yourself, and call it forward to be present with your intention. Energetically, you have a conscience. Energetically, you have a version of yourself within this conscious. You can call it a timeline, but you can definitely know that it is ready to be called in energetically into your consciousness and awaken. The happiest version of yourself that is going to be treated and respected at the highest of light, honored, appreciated. And breathe this into your source consciousness. Exhale it into your fields of light. Know this will be your frequency. This will be in what you are attracting. And all other relationships that are out of balance with this will fall away. Be prepared to lose those that do not cherish you, to lose those that do not honor your heart. For there is no peace in sorrow, there is only sadness and loss. And we are assisting you to come into peace and happiness, to the highest version of yourself, the prize, the treasure, to be honored, to be respected. So allow these energies to fill up all of your chakras and the healing to be felt throughout all of your time. Galactic origins of light are coming in. Teams of the energies of that you have been in the past lives in galactic lineages are coming to activate within your DNA now to bring you into higher consciousness, heightened awareness, inner peace, and tranquility. It is not to disbelieve. There is one who is watching, who is not sure, who is questioning. And when you disbelieve, your heart stays closed. When you're not open to receiving the energies, you will not receive the energies. When you're not open to healing the trauma, you will still be wounded. This transmission is to assist you to come into your heart. And this is for your highest good. And you are aware that you have this unhealed within yourself. Otherwise, you would be living the happiest version of your life. But she has betrayed you again. And you're still staying with her in unhappiness. And so it is for you to come into peace and to send in the forgiveness. But to heal this within your heart, you must be open to letting go the betrayals. We are assisting from the higher perspectives for the higher fields of love and peace on your planet with every being that is watching and communicating. And we are going to come and we are going to release more out of your toroidal fields, out of your energetic bodies, energies that are harming, that are hurtful, that are not supporting your love frequency. Sit in this and allow the clearing to cleanse all of your energetic bodies and the lower vibrational fields of density out of your energy. Sickness, body aches can be cleared. We are healing, we are releasing, we are clearing. Depression, sadness, anger can be released. We are releasing, we are clearing, we are healing. Take some breaths in to your heart. Fill up your heart with this healing light. And as you exhale, allow it to go through all that you are and feel the peace, the serenity, the tranquility, the stillness of being healed, of being the prize, of being respected, of being honored, cherished in all of your relationships, friendships, and partnerships. Being the energies of magnetically attracting all of this so that you live the most soulful, joyful life. And it is done. And we thank you for participating. We thank you for elevating. But sit with these energies for a minute. Feel it in your heart. Know it in your conscious before this transmission is over. Just feel it. I'm going to thank Eltar, the Galactic Fleet, the Galactic Councils, Councils of Light, Divinity, for assisting. And then I'm just going to call everybody's consciousness back to them from all timelines, dimensions, realities, and parallels to be cleansed, cleared, healed, fully present, coming back into your body as you breathe in. All of your light coming back into your body, into the body, fully anchoring into the body, all the way from head to toe. Being present in the now moment. You can start wiggling your fingers and your toes, and when you are ready, open your eyes, and that's great. Oh, I can't hear you for some reason. Oh, oh, because you muted. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. I think I left my body. I don't know if anybody else did. It's like whoosh, went off somewhere. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
That name that you come up with, I'll let you know after the live. What's
Eltar?
that? That name has been coming to me off and on, especially the last week. So now I know who it is. I thought they called it. How do you say it?
Eltar?
Yeah, or Eltraya or something like that. It's that sort of
Oh.
name. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know who. So anyway, now I do. Thanks for
Oh,
that.
neat.
As always, delivering.
You know, the divine is
Amazing.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was incredible. So, well, I hope everybody enjoyed that. Thank you,
There's
David Starr,
clearly
as
somebody
always.
out there who needed to hear a message there about
Yeah.
somebody there. So
Yeah, I know.
that was a
If anyone picks that
surprise.
up, let us know. Message me or Dave and let us know who that was if you want to do that privately. And
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
think I
you're more
want to
than
make it
welcome
that
to. No,
publicly.
probably
It's
not.
probably not a public
No,
thing.
no. We never
Yeah.
do that publicly anyway. So
Yeah.
you're
Mm-hmm.
welcome. You're welcome. I'll have a read those comments later, Carly. That one's a bit long. So thank you. Thank you. One's very grateful. Thank you. Thank you. As always, amazing. So people can contact you, David, if they want to come and see you to get some help. Where do they contact you?
Well,
Besides Canada.
they can message me through. I have a contact thing on davidstarunlimited.com there. I
Okay.
have a lot of cool free stuff on there. I have a thing where you
Yep.
can test your vibration. I have a free spiritual hygiene course on there that you can sign up for that really gets you into control of your energy, and it's got amazing tips. Everybody loves that one.
Yep. And community, they can come and join your community.
Yeah. On Facebook, we got the Heart Conscious Alliance going on.
Yep.
And maybe even as early as well, I don't want to no, because it won't be, but really soon there's going to be an app called Divine Ray. Keep an eye out for that one. That one's just going to be amazing. But yeah, if you want to reach out, you can friend me on Facebook. You can go to davidstarunlimited.com, join the Heart Conscious Alliance.
Yep.
Thanks for
Help yourself.
tuning in. But yeah, ET experiences though. This is a great show, and it's wonderful to talk about because like
it is.
we
Well, it
channel
covers
them.
so many things, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just UFOs. It goes
Mhm.
beyond just UFOs and ships and things. So,
Channeling
yeah,
helps
it does.
contact. It helps
Yep.
like create a frequency of trust between you and Galactic. So learning how to channel is kind of a cool thing, and it helps you speak to them in the telepathic kind of communication in the way that they speak.
Yeah, that's right.
The language of the heart essentially is what it is, and so it's like that's why if you saw me going like this is because I'm
Activating.
focusing my heart connection to the
Yep.
galactics and boosting the frequency
Yep.
to connect to their hearts to make the
That's right.
channeling
And you
come
send a
through.
ray, correct? Like you send an energy ray to them,
Yeah,
don't you?
my
Yeah.
heart
Yeah.
is my heart
Right.
frequency that I
Yep.
send to their heart frequency.
Yep.
Like when the light beings showed up, there's like I'm waiting for like to be taken away on a ship or something, and they're sitting there just looking at me, and I'm sitting
Yeah.
there for like 30 seconds, and I'm waiting for them to say something, and they're not saying, they're just smiling. That I'm like, oh yeah, they don't have vocal boxes, duh. And then so
Uh,
I
yeah,
connect my
right on.
heart energy, I connect my heart energy, and this was
Hmm.
back in May of 2022, I believe. And
Hmm.
they said, we're here to witness the global awakening.
Yeah, that's right.
And then
That's right.
then they disappeared within 20 seconds after that. But for the
Oh, that
first
was
30
it.
for the
Yep.
first 30 seconds, oh, it
Nothing
was a,
happened.
and I'm just like in shock. I'm like waiting, like I'm like,
Wow.
oh my god, this is a moment, it is a
Yeah.
moment I will never forget for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
connecting the heart frequency to the light,
Yeah.
is to the light. It's helps with speaking, hearing,
It does.
yeah,
It does. Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
channeling.
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
see a
You
big
you
light,
build a belief
if
between each
you see
other.
a big light
Mm.
fly into your room, like a big white light or a blue light or something, you're
Yeah.
tuning
I've
in,
had it all.
you can connect the heart
Yeah.
frequency and
Yeah.
see who
No,
it
they like
is.
to walk through my walls. That's their favourite thing.
Yeah.
Palladians like to make a grand entrance. They like to stand in a V for me. They like to just line up. My family just lines up like a V when they've come through. So I'm just like, there's no mucking around with that. Loss. They're like, da-da!
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is
That's
nice.
funny.
Kind of funny. It is funny, yeah.
Yeah.
They thought it was funny.
It's like,
So anyway,
can we get your attention, please? Excuse me,
yeah,
can you like put your phone down, please?
yeah.
Put the phone down.
No, I was in going to bed, and you're just getting comfy. They like to come in just before I go to sleep, just
I
before
know
they
you
go. I think
said
they
that
think
you
it's
were going
funny.
to bed, but it almost sounded like
Yeah.
you were growing a beard because of the accent. It's like I heard it.
No, you just don't
I
understand
heard
English.
both
That's
of
what
them.
it is.
I heard both of them
Speak
at the same
English.
time. I'm
Good
going
job.
to bed and growing a beard. I'm like,
No,
wow, that
no.
was a
Oh,
multi-dimensional answer.
she's a little bit more out there than I realised. Yeah, she's amazing what she can do. No, I'm not
Yeah,
growing a beard, you
that's
idiot.
incredible.
God love us. Duh.
That's
Child. Hey, we're
yep.
going to behave ourselves. We made a ruling right at the
Hey,
beginning that
you
we're just
gotta
going to
be
behave a
living
little bit.
in your inner child energies.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've got that down pat. I always say I'm about 5 inside. There's not much maturity after that, so what the heck. So that's my Palladian self. She doesn't go past 5, I don't think. She loves that joyfulness. So. Hey, Shaz, how are you? So you open to any questions, anything like that? No readings or no work in that aspect. Does anybody like to ask David something before he goes? Anything they'd like to elaborate on to do with what he talked about? No, you can't below Pleiadians. They give me a sugar rush, Pleiadians. Oh, Caroline wanted to know before if she was on your list. When you got your list of all the people on Earth that you were going to make contact with, her first question was, am I on that list? No, Caroline, you're not. No.
I think everybody's on the list. Like,
Yeah, I think so.
my intention is like when everything happens and goes down, because like there's like this moment where we celebrate each other, and this is
Yeah.
and I think it feels like an eternity of celebrations, and I think it ends once we are really finished celebrating each other. So my intention is to celebrate everybody in the
Yeah.
ascension. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Sounds good. So nobody wants to ask anything. It's your chance. Your chance. Your chance before he goes. He's a magic man, remember? There's not much he doesn't know. He'll answer everything. No, go on. We give you a few more seconds. No questions as in who are you and things like that. Is there anything you'd like to ask him to elaborate on that he spoke about, especially about the contacts he's had and the galactics he speaks to? Do you know what that is? Do you know what Palladians are? Do you understand who angelics are and things like that? Because he can explain a little deeper if you wish. Now's your chance to hear that sort of thing. Because a lot of people want to know. They want to know, well, who are Palladians? Who are the angelics? What do they do? And things like that. So,
Oh, angelics are like little cupids for your life path, and so it's like
are they?
Cupid will shoot arrows to help you find your love and stuff, right? Angelics
Okay.
connect and co-create to help bring in timelines and happier versions and bring you. And so when
Yep.
you start working with angels, they can do much more than just healing. And like usually everybody does is they call on Archangel Michael because they're having some kind of energy crisis or something like that.
Right.
but the idea is to build a relationship with the light, and the only way to do that is to speak to them. Even if you can't see them, know that they
Yep.
are there, they are watching, they can hear you, whether it's Mother, Father, God, Christ,
Yep.
Buddha, Krishna, the angels. And just start talking to them at night before you go to bed. When you wake up,
Yep.
invite them to rest on your bed, or invite them to protect you while you sleep. Invite them
Yep.
to co-create with you in your day, and bring you into your highest timelines of joy, and bring people into your life that's going to
Yeah.
be spiritually and rewarding, in friendship, in love,
Yep.
in happiness. And so just like start talking to them and invite them to co-create with you, because that's
Mm.
what they're doing anyways. And when you start consciously doing it, then you become consciously aware of the co-creation, and you're getting them more involved. Otherwise, if you don't take it into your own hands, you're living off of your vibration that you came in here with. And so what I
Yep.
mean by that, it's like everybody is born with a vibration, and if you don't work on it, then you will attract everything that you vibrate at,
That's right.
on a timeline of choices that you're making, with some
Hmm.
variables in it. But when you
Yeah.
start changing and doing the inner work, like which we just did, you take back your
Yep.
power, and you vibrate differently, and you attract different relationships, and you're
Yeah, you
feeling
do.
more happy and positive about yourself, and
Mm.
you're not going to allow the negative energies from other people, and you're going to call them on it, and you're going to create boundaries, and you're gonna be like, no, if you talk to
That's
me
right.
like this, I'm going to walk, I'm going to leave.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you give them a couple chances, and then you do.
Yeah,
And
you
that's
do.
what
You hang in
happens.
for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Been
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually get, well, you get like me where your team just goes, now, how much longer do you need to hang on there? Off you go. They'll tell me just, they'll actually say to me, time to jump. That's the words they use. Time to jump. That's how they speak to me when it's time to
Yeah.
go. So very rare, but it has happened. Yeah. I think last 12 months has been the hardest for everybody in that aspect.
Yeah.
Tracy Hilliard just wants, do you have any advice? Were you here before, Trace? But anyway, do you have any advice on strengthening your channeling, please?
Yeah. Absolutely. Um, the channeling, the best way to strengthen it would be to, I'm just thinking of somebody who's, doesn't know how to channel, and begin channeling, and it would definitely be with the heart. Like, I know that. I'm just wondering if you go to the I am within self, or an angelic consciousness within self. Let me ask the light. I know what I've connect to, and but I just in case there's a better way for somebody who's just
Yep.
starting out. Yeah. So it's definitely the I am in your heart that's connected within the higher self. So they're saying open up
Mhm.
divine fields. So how do you do that? You just intend to open up the divine fields within your heart. Start breathing into your heart and exhaling into the white light I am in your heart, and just exhale, connect up to your higher self with intention, and send messages up the stream of white light to your higher self. You can start off with yes or no messages, and just to get a yes or a no, and start building this trust, building the
Yep.
trust, and then ask something a little bit more difficult, advice of
Mm.
something that you need to know,
Yep.
and wait, and be like, a lot of people get really impatient. They think they're doing it wrong.
Mm.
Just don't even think. There's no wrong way to do it. Just
No, that's right.
wait for the answer in patience. Before When I first started channeling, I waited 17 days to finally get a message from an angel
Yep.
that I knew was a true message. So they gave me a dream that I'd become a channeler, and this is what I'd be doing for a
Yep.
living. And I wake up from the dream, and And then I think I got a message, you gotta have to start to channel. And I'm like, well, how the heck am I gonna channel? And then so I sat in my basement for 17 days. The first 16 days was pretty much the same thing. And it'd be about half an hour. I'd spend maybe sometimes an hour, and I'd just sit there
Mhm.
and I'd say, I call on the angels for a divine message. And then
Yep.
I'd always get this trickster type of energy, like my own head playing games, and I'd be waiting and I'd be
Mhm.
waiting, and they'd be like, "Hey, I'm Archangel Raphael," and so I'd say, "Okay, well, tell me something that I don't know,"
Yep.
and I'm waiting for a conversation to happen, right? And
Mhm.
when it nothing happened, then I knew, okay, it was just my own head, it was in my own mind. And then
Yep.
on the 17th day, um, this being comes up and says, "Hey, David, I'm Archangel Metatron," and I'm like,
Mhm.
"Oh, hey, Metatron, um, tell me something I don't know." And he goes, something you don't know. Okay, well, there's an eighth ray to the rainbow that has been recently
Mhm.
discovered. It's invisible and can only be seen in infrared and has energy applications. And I'm like,
Yep.
"Oh, that's pretty specific." And then so I
Yeah.
Google it right away. I Google
Yep.
it, and it says NASA discovers the eighth ray to the rainbow,
There
2014,
you
through
go.
detonation of bombs, and
Yep.
it's going to have military applications and stuff. And I'm just like, okay, well,
Wow.
that's clearly a
Yeah.
trusted energy.
Absolutely.
And then so I
Yep.
started channeling Metatron, I think, for the first 6 months of my
Uh-huh.
channeling, and he helped
Yep.
me lift up curses and learn all these different angelic
All
things.
sorts.
Yeah, and
Yep.
he's actually recently come back into my life, and he's starting to work with people with massive healing fields and stuff. So it's kind of neat. But
Yeah. Mm.
so that's how it started. So you can ask
Yep.
your higher self something that you don't know.
Yep.
Wait to receive the answer, and if it's something there's no way you would have thought about that, there's no way
No, that's right.
you weren't thinking that, then
Yep.
you get this piece of information that you absolutely knew has to come from somewhere else, and because you
Exactly.
were intending to connect to your higher self, it's coming from your
Yep.
higher self, and that strengthens your connection, because it strengthens your belief and your trust in your channel, which is
That's right.
and trusting in
That's
the
right.
divine, and
Yep.
that's definitely the way.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because you can pretty much ask anything and your mind will respond because it knows everything about you. So that makes a lot of sense. So, but yeah,
Mm.
I do the same, Tracy. Stepping into I call it the inner flame and I draw it up. Same thing. Step into the center of I actually clear my space inside as well. I clear all the rooms, clear everything in there. And I'll do the same. Hop in and then I go just quiet. You set your mind aside into absolute quiet and you just
Yeah,
wait. Same thing. And
that's
then
actually
I'm
a
not
good
getting in the
point.
way, not getting in the way, asking 1,000 questions. I
That's a good
sometimes I
that's
don't
a good
even
point.
ask. I just wait. I just wait, and then same. And then if there's something, there'll be something that come along that I've never ever heard of, a name or same sort of like technology or anything. Good old Google. Go into Google, bang, there it is. I have the same things happening. So I know it's real and it's true. I'm not up here trying to figure it out. Because once you get up here, you're going to question everything, and that's going to really get in the way of you getting a true response. Because our mind likes to look for answers and things that we really don't need. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah,
Yes, he
like the
was, Raylene. Were you ever a contactee? They want to ask you a question. Sorry. Were you? Yes, he was. Were you here before?
what do you what's here on Earth before, you mean?
I think so. Do you mean here on Earth itself?
Um, well, I came from out of the cycles into this life, like, so I
Yep.
wasn't in the cycles. I came specifically for this ascension timeline.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been on Earth probably a couple of thousand lifetimes, so I do have some
Yep.
experience here, but
Okay.
I haven't been here for a few thousand years, roughly,
Okay. So you had a
since
so
this.
you were off world somewhere off doing something else for a while, were you?
I
Or?
was taking some time off. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So yes, he was. If you missed the beginning, Rails, you can go and watch the replay and you'll hear his first contact and things like that when he was younger. So
Yeah, no, I was definitely contacted in a lot of different ways. I've been on ships. I haven't had much negative contact. Only one time I had a negative contact, but I was able to prevent
Yeah,
it because I had a
yeah,
positive contact warn me about the negative contact that was about to come.
yeah,
Um,
righto.
so
Yeah.
um, other
Yeah, I've
than
only had
like,
one.
but I'm talking galactic beings. Of course, I've had
Yeah,
density energies where I've had to bring into the light and of
yeah,
that nature. But when you raise your vibration, your frequency, you're usually not too bothered. But it's
no,
still amazing to just be thinking of and channeling that of which is love and being in that heart frequency because nothing bad can
yeah,
be in the love frequency.
that's exactly right. I always say
Hmm.
if you step on round, you're going to enter into love. They sometimes they don't want to be around that, so they don't come in. They're like, oh no.
But
So
there is a message coming in though. Hold on a second,
is
because
there?
there's an angel like right in front of me here, and so she flashed. So I just want to see what it is. The angel is saying as general message just that they want you to believe in yourself and that you can do that, like that David's channel, it's not that nobody is better, everybody has the same capacity, and
Mm,
it's about trusting and believing that you can do it and then working at it. But believing is really important and not thinking that there's these other people that are just more gifted. It's just that they're they've expanded more, they've worked more at it, and so
that's right.
everybody can heal themselves, everybody can channel, everybody can work with the light, nobody has
Yeah.
special privileges to the light. And so
No.
this is just coming in as a general because
Yep.
they want everybody to be inspired by this broadcast, that you can start
Yep.
and you can try and you can start doing this and believing in it and create your special relationship with your divinity, the councils of light. In dream state, you can call on and ask for vision dreams before you go to sleep, get ask for specific questions to get answers, and work with the angels, work with the healing, ask them to bring in for healing when you're sleeping, ask them to assist you to become the highest version of yourself, working with the angelic teams, call on the angels, they're wanting to help. So
Yep. Exactly.
hold on a
Yeah.
second.
Once you have that true belief in
Christ is here.
self-worth, yeah.
Christ is here
Oh,
too. So just give me a second here. Christ just
okay.
showed up.
When you're ready. No, I'm kidding.
It's like, you're not ending the broadcast yet. It's like, uh,
I knew they'd be here for a while.
Christ is just showing me that everybody has this journey, like a map, um, and it's all these different paths that you can take, and everybody will get there. And just to be patient, it is not a hurry. It is a passion. It is a passion for the Christ itself, the healed self, the love for self, the embody of the Christ, the body of the ascended version of yourself, of the highest dream timeline of where you're living in purity, in divine flow, in the highest consciousness of peace that is everlasting, ever giving, and ever present. And it is here for you to embrace. It's all here for you to channel, to connect to. It's all here already, waiting for you to tap and become what is in your heart to realize. And so it's here and waiting for you. It is a journey that doesn't have a specific line. It weaves, it goes up, it goes down, it goes around, it comes back, it goes forward. It's fluid and it's different for everybody. So don't have any negative feelings towards yourself and where you are at now consciously, because you all get there in the end. it is just important to begin the journey and believing in your heart and going within yourself and finding that divine essence and starting to connect with your core, with your I am core light. That is what is important for everybody on this journey, because it is the relationship with the heart that matters the most. Okay, thank you. Okay. Yeah.
Do we have one more? One more? No.
Is there anybody else?
Anybody else? Quick.
I think that's it. I mean,
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure there's
Yeah,
somebody
sure.
else. Yeah,
There will be someone else. You know that, right?
I know.
Who,
I know.
there's a feminine energy. Who's the
It
feminine
is.
energy?
I don't know.
Mm.
Hold on. It's Sophia Christ.
They're all like just coming. They're like, this is our chance.
Yeah. I am the divine feminine Christ. I am the divine Sophia Christ. I am the divine, that which is lacking consciously across, that is out of balance in the hearts of the masses. I want you to feel my light. Now it is Sophia Christ. It is the divine feminine. And I'm going to come and connect with your heart chakras to assist with a healing and heart activation to rise in the feminine core of self. Allow your intuition to guide you to receive these feminine energies to help heal the suppressed feminine in your consciousness, to come into a balance within your masculine and feminine energies. Just allow this healing to come in. It is dormant in many, and it is important for all to receive this and to embody this. Thank you. So funny how you knew that. I saw this like feminine light just quickly flash. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna channel it. And you're
There
like,
we
who
go.
who is the
And I'm like,
feminine?
oh,
And
yes,
I'm
you
like,
are. She's like, tell
yeah,
him, yes, he is.
yeah,
Like, yeah, that's what he's here for.
yeah.
Better work, brother. Better work.
Hey, I'm all for it.
Okay. Dollar, last dollar. Who's going? Who's
Yeah.
next? We could be here a while.
Uh,
Oh dear. I had a feeling they were going to come in hard and fast today.
mhm.
Well, do you want to check? Do you want to check
It's
before
just
we
it's the
go?
brotherhood of light, and so they're like
I know.
ascended council of light, and so
Yeah.
they're just coming, giving master consciousness activations for
Yeah.
everybody, light bodies and that kind of thing. So it's an overall expanded energy for everybody, from the divine mother God, Sophia Christ,
Mhm.
Yeshua is giving that truth and that training. He's always like he's like
Yeah.
the master of all teachers, and he knows
Yeah.
how to deliver every time. And so he came in with this huge wisdom that activates everybody's hearts and to get him to
Yeah.
go within. And then yeah, I mean, that's pretty amazing way to complete the show, I would say.
I think so.
Yeah.
Touch the hearts of many.
Yes.
We are here to touch you. No, just kidding. Oh, you know I'm going to get one in before I
No,
go.
no comments. No comments.
All right. Love you, mate. So thank you, everybody, for coming and sharing space and allowing us to bring on David Starr. It's been an absolute pleasure, my friend. And we look forward to the future. Now, will be more guests coming in the next coming weeks into July, so keep an eye out for that, and I will create those events so you know who they are. And I look forward to seeing you all again in a week's time. I think our next guest is Andrew Couttet. Hopefully he's still available, and that'll be on a Saturday, Australian Eastern Standard, because that's the only time he's available. So, and yes, he's seen a lot of ships and things like that. He's in Melbourne area. So there's a lot of activity down through that area, UFOs and contactees and things. So that'll be interesting. Alrighty, okay, I'm going to end stream. So thank you, everyone. Much love to you all, and thank you for coming.